right, so what are we starting off with?
You're gonna introduce, and don't say. And this is.
All right. Fuck you, Ray. All right. Ready?
Mm-hmm.
And action.
3, 2, 1. What is up, guys? We're bringing you attempt number 2 of the Nerd of Herds podcast live.
Herd of nerds.
So did I say Nerd of Herds?
Yeah.
Did I really?
Yeah.
I didn't think so.
No, you did.
Whatever. Anyway, the Herd of Nerds podcast attempt number 2. I'm Taylor.
I'm Ray.
I'm John.
And we're back.
We are back, and we're.
Back in black.
This is gonna be a way better
I'm
album
orange.
than the last album.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
So I think Ray is going to get us started with our topics.
All right, yeah. So we're going to jump straight into comics this week. Picked up Deadpool number 17, and I'm not fan favorite. Didn't even want to pick it up. Honestly, I tried my best to not even. Right, I was like, hey, do I have to do this one? You guys,
yeah.
Well, I got to do Marvel, and that's what was here. So. Actually, I got blown away. This was actually a pretty good one. So I haven't really picked up with the good, the bad, and the ugly. This is part 3 out of 5, but I really want to pick up the other 2 just to get started and finish the last 2. And it was awesome. And I was earlier today, I was just complaining about Deadpool, and I complain about Deadpool all the time because he is this crazy dude who's just all over the place. And I just don't like the Deadpool now. I miss the Deadpool I grew up with where he was just a smartass.
Yeah.
You know, not.
But he was still a badass.
But yeah, he was still badass. He wasn't a goofy one.
Not a pandering catchphrase.
Yeah,
he was just an idiot. You know, I don't like Deadpool now, and I mean, I just can't take it. You know, everything's chimichanga, blah blah blah. It's it gets over. You know, and then you get the people who think they like Deadpool, and then they try acting like him, and it's just annoying.
Yeah.
You know,
because there's only one person who can act like him, and that's Nolan North.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That's which is okay. You know,
Yeah.
I could take Nolan North Deadpool because he's not that. I mean, I haven't played the game yet, But anyway, yeah, I jumped right into this, and Deadpool wasn't the funny one in this one. The funny ones were Wolverine and Captain America.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
He's actually teamed up with Captain America and Deadpool, and it's hilarious. It's just it's funny because Deadpool is so serious, and he thinks that they're friends, and they're like, we're not your friend.
I love the part when he's like, these are my friends, and you see Wolverine and Captain America go, we don't know them.
Yeah, they're like. Yeah, they're like, your friends, Deadpool. He's like, you want to vote? And then they both are just at the same time, the same panel, just, we're not his friend. At the same time while putting on their mask. And I don't want to give too much away, but it was just very interesting to see Captain America interact with Deadpool and Wolverine while interacting with their other friend, which I don't really want to say who's in the comic, but when you read it, it's a nice surprise. It's not really a surprise, but it's a good, that's interesting. The heck is going on here? So yeah, pick it up. I give it a 7 out of 10, honestly. It was very funny, very awesome.
Right on.
And the other Marvel comic I picked up was Uncanny Avengers, Return of Kang the Conqueror. I don't know much about Kang.
He's a time-traveling
I mean, I know
dictator.
about him, but I never really cared about him. He's really not that big of a deal. And apparently he's the dude in this one. And it was, I don't know. I really don't understand what's going on in this comic. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah.
It's very all over the place. A lot of Marvel comics are all over the place nowadays.
Lately. Yeah. As of lately, the Marvel now, I feel like they are.
I felt like it's weird. It's the Avengers, but there's a lot of X-Men in there. I feel like I was reading X-Men.
Well, that's the...
I mean, it's the Avengers and X-Men afterwards, you know what I'm saying? But
essentially, yeah.
Yep.
But it doesn't make sense because, if you're going to have Avengers and X-Men, you might want to have some Avengers and X-Men instead of just having X-Men. It's very well drawn out. The Captain America and Banshee fight was awesome, as I was telling you earlier.
Right.
It's pretty sick. And, I mean, this one nothing really happened in this one that I was going crazy for. It's just this one, I mean, the drawing is well. I will say, and I have to say this, and I said it 4 times, Scarlet Witch. That was the hottest Scarlet Witch I've ever seen drawn on.
Was that the only up and up about the book?
Probably.
All right.
Storm. Well, Storm. Hey,
How
Storm.
unfortunate.
Yeah.
Storm got her mohawk back after she broke up with Black
Right
Panther.
on.
Yeah, I don't know how long that happened.
She got a
Mohawk's
groove
still-
back.
The story is just going all over the place. With this guy, he's just
bummer.
all dimensions and
That's
all
a
that
bummer.
stuff. Yeah, I mean,
Well, it does fit into what's going on with the larger scale with Marvel right now. That their time-space continuum is a complete mess. So it kind of makes sense that Kang.
I really hope like at the end of all these titles, everything that Avengers and X-Men and this Uncanny Avengers and everything at the end of it, like something happens where the world is just so messed up, like everything's distorted.
resets.
Like because it needs to reset because there's just too much going on.
Yeah,
I know. I just read Captain America in a Deadpool comic, and then I'm reading Captain America in this one, and I'm also
different.
reading Infinity. So I'm just getting all these characters too much. I just feel like I'm getting overblown.
Character overload.
Yeah.
Yeah,
you know?
dude, like for real.
Yeah.
Just really getting. That's why I really didn't want to do Marvel.
And-
when I was,
and-
Yeah.
I tried
Captain
really
America
hard.
Yeah.
is doing all these, the Infinity, Deadpool, and the Deadpool book, and the Uncanny Avengers. He's doing it all in like the span of 2 days' time.
I know. Yeah, Captain America's everything.
Yeah, he's
Like,
everywhere.
and it's
he's kind of like the Wolverine. now. He's
It's
like-
weird because now all his outfits. I mean, because it's a fan favorite, the whole first Avenger. That's the look that he's been getting, like
A more
big
a
time.
militarized.
If you
look.
notice,
Oh man.
he's
Body
very,
armor.
very militarized in all these Avenger comics. I missed the old one with the flaky skin. This one he had it, and then towards the end, he kind of got it. The old one out. I didn't get what was going on. Like I need to jump
Lack
into
of
that.
consistency.
Yeah, but I mean that's how Marvel's doing. Can't wait to do Infinity next week, which is another brain massive going on. So, and then we're gonna jump into DC because we did one title Marvel going into DC,
And
and
that is me.
that's where John comes in.
I read the Villains Month tie-ins of Green Lantern, Sinestro, and Justice League America Black Adam. And I want to jump into the Sinestro, which threw me for a curve because all the solicitations keep showing Sinestro's playing a huge part as almost an anti-hero in Forever Evil. And what surprised me the most was that this actually served as an origin story for Sinestro. And you didn't get to see a whole lot of his origin, when Johns did the Yellow Lantern Corps. You just knew that he was banished, he was angry, and he wanted payback against the Lanterns for basically not listening to him. Mm-hmm. And you find out, he started off as an archaeologist. He was just like Hal Jordan. He just happened to be at the right place at the wrong time, so to say. And it shows his rise as a Green Lantern and how he became a dictator running his planet and telling the Lanterns, we need to create these other rings. Enough with the story, but the artwork in this book was amazing. You could see the detail in characters' faces, and the backgrounds were beautiful. And it stayed consistent the whole book, because Ray and I talked about how halfway through books you'll see artists just phone it in.
Yeah, they've been really. I think artists have become way too comfortable with Photoshop and all these Adobe stuff and tablets. I think they're getting way too comfortable with for their backgrounds and just being very lazy. Like I mean that seriously.
100%.
Too much digital work, not enough.
Like I was reading when I
manpower.
read the Masters of the Universe in DC.
Yeah.
In the back for the
Yeah.
the Joker.
Yeah.
3D. They showed how he made it, and it was just like he just drew the Joker. I mean, yeah, he put it all together, and it came out cool.
Layers, yeah.
But I just think people are getting way too comfortable with the digital art nowadays,
Yeah,
and it's getting really lazy.
It's a lot, and having these full-blown, beautiful panels and details to the characters, becoming a lost art. Doing it by hand, it's just like Ray said, Photoshop, done.
Yeah.
But as I was saying, the art in this book was phenomenal. It didn't the inks were smooth. It wasn't that scratchy look that seems to be the trend now since Lionel Yu took over and as a big artist for Marvel.
Mm-hmm. That
he had that rough sketch quality, which that annoys me because you're presenting a product. You want to show the best. I know everyone's taste is different. The other book I read was Black Adam on Justice League America 7.2, and what surprised me was how Black Adam looked like a hero. I know Taylor will back me up.
I know, I was
gonna
say Taylor.
He's a huge
Yeah.
There we go.
Shazam fan.
Yep.
Oh, I
and,
love Shazam.
And he's always been this hardcore villain that
I felt
gonna,
it.
That's what he is.
I'm gonna beat the crap out of
Yeah.
everybody. And his motivation was protecting his people in Kandar. And that shows in this book because they have a scene where a medieval ruler is trying to take over, and Black Adam turns him to a statue, leaves him in the square, and says, "This is what happens when you try to oppress my people." So flash forward, and what annoyed me most about this book is he just died in Justice League 21.
21, yeah.
He died,
And then that makes the leap into Trinity War,
Yep.
which is confusing.
yes,
That's like, how did he come back?
died-
They spread his ashes.
Yes, in Kandar.
Yeah.
But they do explain what happens. A group of freedom fighters find the spot where his ashes were spread, and they use some conjuring and magic to bring him back to help fight against the new dictator. And the curveball is you see him acting very heroic. He's proud to help his people. He's not mustache twirling villain anymore. And it ties into the Forever Evil event because when the bad guys, the Ultraman, they send out the message of we've taken over, we're in control. It shows Black Adam crush a tablet and he says nobody will oppress my people or the world. And at first you're thinking, oh, he's saying if nobody's going to take over the world but me, but how it's written, it's drawn, it seems like he's going to be the anti-hero along with Sinestro. And the one thing that
Right.
annoyed me about Sinestro was it didn't tie in overall to Forever Evil. It was more of a follow-up to the Wrath of the First Lantern, where Sinestro's home planet was destroyed, and he went missing, and nobody knew where he went. This seems to be a bit of a that follow-up. It was great, but at the same time, it really didn't feel like it needed to be part of this Villains Month tie-in. It seemed like something they could have just done as a back feature in Green Lantern Corps or the pages of the regular Green Lantern series.
So it wasn't really like something that hit you as a story.
It didn't like a
kind of like behind the scenes kind of thing.
Exactly. It said this is the character's motivation, which seems to be a lot of in DC's Forever Evil Villains Month tie-ins. It shows these characters' motivations. The one book I'll single out as being the best of the whole series so far was the Black Manta.
Oh, hell yeah, dude.
He
was so raw.
He's
raw.
sitting in the jail cell, and Amanda Weller keeps telling him, "You're be part of the Suicide Squad," and he says, "Yeah, I know how that works." She says, "Well, you take these
He
missions."
just wants to kill Aquaman. That's all he wants to do.
One of the biggest things is, his sole motivation, he wants to kill Aquaman, and Amanda Weller says, "What happens when you kill Aquaman? What's next? What are you going to do? You're going to sit on your butt and
Basically.
do nothing?" And he thinks about it, and an event happens. I don't want to spoil it because it'll spoil part of Forever Evil 1 that turns him into this, not a brooding, but just pissed off. It guides his anger because he felt he was cheated out of something. And I'm interested to see where they take that character out of this.
Black
This
Manta
whole
was
series.
always like, since I was a kid, I used to watch the old Justice League, the Justice Friends.
Yep.
And whenever the way Black Manta talked, he's always scared the crap out of me.
Yep. And
So like the way they take him now,
He's an intimidating character
Yeah.
in general.
dude, I mean, if you look at him, he has these
He's
big,
scary.
freaking glowing
Yeah,
eyes.
if they did a
And-
live action
and
Aquaman movie,
he's a
he'd be
guy-
terrifying.
He's a guy,
He'd
and
be
what's
terrifying.
funny is
I love
he
Black
built
Manta
this
so
suit
much.
so he can go down and fight Aquaman. And as Taylor and I keep saying, DC, bravo for how you've treated Aquaman, and you've made him from this.
You've made him a badass.
You took him from being a complete joke to he's the warrior king that just cracks skulls left and right now. Bravo.
Yeah.
Good job, DC.
I will say with Dead Sinestro and Black Adam, Sinestro's a definite buy. I give it a solid 8 because the artwork, and the Black Adam I got a dock points because you just killed the guy and it launched a major arc in Trinity War, and then you bring him back like nothing happened. That there's no, they say, the people say, oh, we're sad he's gone, our protector's gone, we need him, and then ta-da, he's back. It just felt felt like that Shazam run in Justice League was all for nothing.
Like they tried it out, didn't like it.
Exactly.
Like,
Exactly.
well. Yeah.
They tried it and they said, this experiment didn't go good. Let's bring him back. We probably shouldn't have killed him before the big, this big event.
Right on.
Right on.
Well, I'm going to jump right into Dark Horse. Dark Horse, a little edgy, I'd like to say, for this week. I only have one new book that I picked up this week. It's called Kiss Me, Satan. Little dark, little ominous. It's got, oh my gosh.
All he was talking about all day.
Yeah.
I saw the art on the cover and I was like, all right, this might be good. And then I got into it. Oh man, that art. Let me just say, I'm going to come out and say it. Don't even worry about the story right now. If you love art, if you love freehand art, if you love gory art, pick up this book. Don't even hesitate. Don't worry about the story. This book is amazing.
It's not
panel
stupid
art,
gore.
the sequential art, it is beautiful. It's raunchy. It's just right for your liking. You're gonna love this book.
I haven't even read it. He showed me every
Yeah.
crazy
Yeah.
look at that. And I'm like,
and I'll say with the gore,
It's killer.
It's awesome.
It's not
Yeah.
dumb gore that we cut his hand off for the sake of this.
No, it's
it
meaningful.
It furthers the plot, and it's not, like I said, it's the best way I can describe it. It's not
Yeah.
stupid gore.
It's not.
let's
stupid.
just go ahead and say that Taylor got the best comics.
Yeah.
Yes, I did.
Yeah.
I did.
He really
Yes.
did.
Yeah.
But anyway, I'm gonna jump right into the story. Basically, the premise of it is there are basically it's more like an anti-hero kind of character, vigilante type of he's a demon, or I want to say almost a spawn of Satan. They haven't really gotten a detail of what he is. That's why I'm so excited for the second comic. They left me hanging, which is awesome. So he's this demon, Satan spawn, who almost you see an angel, and he's working for an angel from heaven, saying, I'm doing these dirty deeds. And he's in the town of New Orleans taking on almost a mafia of werewolves, right? What a twist.
Yeah.
And you see the occasional vampires in it too. It's a complete twisted storyline, not your typical Wolverine, or not Wolverine, werewolf and vampire. It's a demon taking on vampires and werewolves. It's amazing. And it's like this run and gun Punisher type demon, So you start off, you're in New Orleans, and he's taking on these 4, basically other demons that are trying to bring him back to hell. So he's trying to kill them all. He's running, and then all of a sudden he loses them, and he meets up with his angel friend who hires him to do dirty deeds, basically, for heaven.
That's pretty awesome.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And then from that conversation, it jumps into basically the dawn of this werewolf, mafia, and his wife, and the wife is pregnant, and they're trying to see. They've went to this witch who has this eye who can see into the future almost, and predict if the son is going to be his heir, to being the dawn of the werewolves. And what she sees is that he doesn't have this mark of being the heir. So he's enraged, he's just in, full on rage. He's about to, so he's all fired up. The witches leave because she can see in the future, and she predicts that he kills his friend. He kills one of the elders because he's so enraged and he doesn't want anyone to hear about it. So he just, goes full on werewolf and rips this guy to shreds.
Tasteful.
Yeah, exactly. It's amazing. And then he sends his 2 bodyguards, and he sends them after the witches. He's like, kill them before they can tell anybody.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And then that was the page you showed me. Yeah.
And he rips the guy's throat out.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, the witches pull up in this, I want to say back alley. The demon comes out right as the werewolves pull up. This is the line. I'll read it verbatim. I'll pull up the page. This is what he says. This is what I felt. This is the moment I really, truly fell in love with this book. He goes, lessons in killing werewolves. First, separate fact from fiction. Silver bullets? Yes. But you may have heard you need to shoot them through the heart. That's bullshit. Any old vital area will do. And then it's just this full, complete spread of him pointing his Desert Eagle down the face of this werewolf and blowing his brains out. And the art in it, the art is so epic. it makes the book.
It looks good. Like
It's
if
amazing.
you look at it, it's
Oh, it's just perfect.
I mean, the attention to detail with the gore too. I mean,
And then the next 3 panels is another werewolf jumping at him like going all Matrix, dodging it, turning around and blasting him in the chest. And the art of it is fantastic. And the book just kind of leaves off there. And it's like,
it's one heck
yes.
of a way to end.
Oh my
Yes.
gosh, yes.
Yes.
It's like, yes, I want to read that. I want to read there's 5 of them coming out. This is new this week. I'm excited for the next 4.
That's awesome.
Oh my gosh, I'm so excited.
Yeah.
That's Kiss Me Satan from Dark Horse, by the way. 10 out of 10. Just gonna come out 10 out of 10.
Perfect.
Perfect score. Killer, guys.
I'm
Killer.
This is the
Definitely-
first one.
Bravo. Yeah.
I'm definitely
right? Yeah,
curious to
first
see
one.
how the rest of the series goes. If
I'm
it
very
will,
excited.
If it will maintain this momentum.
It's one hell of a. I mean, that's one hell of a way to be number one.
Yeah,
Oh, of course.
great.
It just
Yeah,
goes.
it is.
Well, yeah, you have to go all out with the.
Yeah.
That's why I
Guns
think.
blazing.
Well, yeah, literally, because if you
Literally.
have a whole bunch of werewolf guts and shit going on, and
Yeah.
you're gonna catch that first attention. Like him, he's gonna get number 2.
Yeah.
And 3
And the one thing I'll say with the horror tone, I'm glad it's not vampires because
There are vampires in it.
but
Don't get it wrong.
It's not bashing
But it's
you
not-
over the head.
And
That's-
it's not werewolves versus vampires.
Yeah.
So that's another thing I
That's-
like.
That's what I'm saying. It's just I'm so sick of every other book is vampires.
Yeah.
It's bashing you over the head, and from how you describe it, they keep it to a minimum. And you don't see a lot about werewolves anymore.
No, they've kind of lost their vibe. It's all
Yeah.
twisted to like the vampires destroying these werewolves.
Yeah.
Which I like the spin on it. It's like, oh yeah, the werewolves run this town.
Yeah.
You know, get out.
Well,
It's like,
it's
be afraid, be very afraid.
The, the metaphor,
That's crazy.
of the wolves. Everyone would control. Wolves,
One of the
sheep,
opening
pigs.
panels is telling how like the werewolves run the prostitution ring as well. And I'm like, that's gnarly.
That's awesome.
That's gnarly, right?
Can you imagine?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're like, I didn't get good
So gnarly.
service. Like, so what?
You better pay, blah, you know.
Pay her.
Yeah. Anyway, so I'm gonna jump right into the second book. Another one by Dark Horse. It's called X. This book is it's the I think I want to say reboot of the original indie comic Red X. I never read the original Red X, so I can't tell you much about it. Or I can't tell you if it's spun off or it's the same or different. But I can tell you, this book is just as amazing as Kiss Me Satan. It's not new. I think there are 3 comics in it. Started on number 0, and I think it's on number 3 right now. But I'm not sure. It's not too new. I think it came out in April, so it's kind of old. I'm catching up. But this book is about the ex-killer, who is this, unnamed vigilante with one eye. Runs around in this black suit, and he basically serves the unjust. He walks around, he's like the Punisher, and he's like, I'm gonna kill you because I feel it's right. You deserve this,
Vengeance.
But the opening panel is like this Don of a part of the mafia, and he's talking to sausage meat. And about 3 panels down, you realize he's talking to it because he turned a human into sausage. Like he
Ground him up.
yeah, he killed a person and made him into sausage. And I'm like, whoa, this book just pulled me in.
Well,
And then
looks
you
like
get-
they're not eating that sausage.
You get another
pizza.
page into it, and all of a sudden there's 3 fat guys who are all Dons of Mafia talk in a hot tub because it's the safest place to speak, talking about the ex-killer and how they've each gotten this picture in the mail of themselves with a red X on it. And I'm like, here I go. This is the jump in. That's the first 2 pages, and right then they've got me going. This is it. This is where I'm really gonna dig into this comic. And it doesn't let up. Next page, all of a sudden they're explaining how one of the other like high-end pimp kind of guys got destroyed by this guy. They're like, okay, well, we should be worried because this guy got a picture too. There's a panel. He's jumping from a ceiling top. The guy's walking with like 2, good-looking girls on his arms. Slices the man in half.
Yummy.
That's the panel. And like then the next panel is his face, just like the bottom half of his face is gone. And it's just him with no jaw. It does not let up. Like it is one of the most legit books I've ever seen. So they come up with this, they devise this awesome plan to like keep the ex-killer off their case. So he finds people and makes them dress up like him, look like him, basically clones, like fake clones of himself walking around the city. He goes in, The ex-killer jumps in, kills one of them, and the guy's, he's feeling good. He hears about it. He's like, okay, yeah, it's working. It's working. So he's on the phone with his buddy in this kitchen eating sausages that are made of humans.
Yummy.
This guy's raw, right? So that happens. Then all of a sudden, from the background, he goes like Jason style, just out of the dark, pulls up this guy, says some dark shit, and then takes a chainsaw and cuts off, or not a chainsaw, but like a meat cutter, like one of the meat grinders for steak. Takes one of those, cuts his arm off. Right? This guy is bleeding out. You know what he makes him do? He makes him crawl his ass to the other mafia don, watch him bleed out in front of his friends.
Tell me this part.
And then the mafia don's like, oh my god, he followed you, you idiot. Why would you do this? You just let him kill you. So they get into his limo to drive off. Nope, too late. They strap a nail bomb. Not even a bomb to kill him right away.
A nail bomb.
Like nails. And they just launch into him. They're just like
Shrapnel.
all into him. And he just leaves him there to die with nails all in. They're just sitting there like this in the chair bleeding. It's killer. This is
Robin, what happened to you? Did Slade really piss you off that much?
Yeah.
Remember, he used to be Red X and Teen Titans.
Yeah.
It's like, no, you're all grown up. It's time to slice people's arms off.
And then I'll leave the other
Drake
death
got
to
mad.
you, and it kind of leaves off at that. It's another book that I've read 1 and 2. I'm excited for 3. It's a definite buy. I'm gonna get a solid 9 out of 10.
Yeah, good.
Yep.
Well, Dark Horse is doing awesome. I mean, we were just talking about how Dark Horse is one of the king of comics. It has to be. I mean,
Right now.
Marvel and DC, they go but Dark Horse always keeps on track. They know
they're
what to.
consistent.
Oh yeah.
They know what to put
And they
out
have
there.
new superheroes. They're not using the same
They're
ones
not-
over and
nope.
over again.
They're not waiting for something to fall in the public domain
Exactly.
and say, oh, like that's Dynamite's problem is they take all these heroes that were in the 50s, 60s, and even the 40s.
And they parody them
And,
almost. Yeah.
and even some of them are just the rights got open and they said, hey, we can get Alex Ross to draw it.
Yeah.
Ta-da! And
Although I love Garth Ennis.
oh, I love
And the
Garth
boys.
Ennis.
The boys.
The boys is amazing. I mean, and not to dog Alex Ross at all. Alex Ross, if you've never seen his, does the most lifelike work. I mean, he's done work for the band Anthrax. He's done Marvel series. I mean, if you see a book by him, you have to pick it up just because his covers, and even if he does interior artwork, it'll blow your mind because of the real life quality.
Right on. And I just want to real quick give a shout out to DJ. Thank you for sticking with us. Thank you for staying interactive. We see your comments. I just don't have a keyboard, so I wish I could reply. So I'm just going to give you a quick shout out. Thank you, DJ, for sticking with us.
And I like the Young Justice Black Manta as well. He was freaking awesome as shit.
Yes.
Have you ever watched Young Justice?
Young Justice was.
I think, yeah.
Fierce.
Yes.
It was a good season 1. Season 2 was kind of iffy, and I wish there was a season 3.
Yeah.
But jumping right into still on Dark Horse, our last comic book.
The Star Wars, please be that.
The Star Wars.
The Star Wars.
The Star
The
Wars.
Star Wars.
Yes.
Awesome. It is.
Longer ago in a galaxy.
If I'm
even further
correct,
away.
it is the 1974
Yep.
original
1974.
George Lucas screenplay of The Star Wars. It is
It's from the first rough draft.
rough draft as a screenplay of Star Wars. So it'd be his original take, an original concept for the story arc.
Mm-hmm.
It is fantastic. As a Star Wars fanboy, I think we all are.
Yep.
This is a wonderful take
Yes.
I was
on
very
the Star
excited.
Wars.
I was very excited.
The artwork is
Vibrant. I want to say that.
vibrant.
It's Dark Horse.
Yes. Yeah.
But it's not Happy Lala. It is
No.
not. No, it's
No.
a dark take on
Yeah.
this. I mean, the first 2 pages, I'm not going to spoil anything.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh no.
There
I
are
know
some
what you're
deaths,
talking about.
man.
Oh, yeah.
There is some killing going on. There is some gore. It gets into it. It is brutal. I'm gonna say that right now, but it makes it fantastic.
I would love
That's
to
what I
see an animated version of this down the road.
Even
what-
a
that's
live
what I was-
action. I'd love to see a fan movie.
That's what I was
about
saying
Yes.
earlier. I want to see something with it because I mean, Star Wars is amazing. Star Wars is awesome, but I love like in the omnibuses, and I've always been a fan of Star Wars gritty Star Wars
Yes.
just equals even more. Anything grittier is always sometimes can be a good take, but Star Wars, when you take a darker approach to it, it always has that nice tone of it because you're surrounded by dark side,
Yeah.
you're surrounded by evil.
Just look at the bounty hunters alone.
Exactly.
Star Wars 1313 that they announced the game. I mean, the concept art from that, it was dark. It was I mean, it was the
Yeah.
first time in a good while that I looked at a Star Wars game and said, I want it right now. And even just looking at the concept art, I hope what they wrote for the game sees the light of day too. I hope, they adapt it into a comic, Dark Horse, please.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was very awesome. It was amazing. I remember when I first heard about it, I was like, okay, that'd be interesting.
I was excited from day one.
Of course we were
Honestly,
excited.
Anything Star Wars, it's
Well,
like a
yeah.
contract.
When it's the original screenplay, you're like, yeah, I want to read that. I was like, I hope this goes, but I think it went
Beyond
really
well.
good. I cannot wait.
The best
Just let me kill something for you. Luke, Starkiller.
Yes.
Yep, that was the
Boom.
original.
It's like boom.
Yeah.
Right?
It's the best way I
Here we
can
go.
describe this book. It's a left hook from right field.
Oh, yes.
I
It has
was
turned my
skeptical.
entire world upside down.
I was skeptical at first, but after reading it, bravo, Dark Horse, bravo.
Yep.
I know Dark
Good
Horse
job,
has
guys.
been awesome. I just everything Dark Horse this week has been like crazy awesome.
Yes.
But this was very. I can't believe I can't.
You know,
wait
I
for
just
the
wanna-
next one. I love the way freaking Luke looks in this one. I love his
Although
design.
conspicuously, he does seem to look like George Lucas.
He
I know.
does. Oh my god.
I said that's why I said
Crazy.
earlier. I said that earlier. I was like, I don't understand why. Yeah, he looks exactly like George.
And is it me or does the Han Solo look like Swamp Thing? Look at his face. He looks like like Swamp.
Yeah.
It looks like
Yeah.
the militarized Swamp Thing. But
And yes, DJ, we all like the Force Unleashed games.
yes,
They're
1
awesome.
and 2.
One
They're
and two.
amazing.
Well, I
They're
mean,
amazing.
2 I could talk about, but 1, yes.
Yes,
I love 1.
Yes, 1 was awesome. I was just gonna mention something, but I can't because it's a huge spoiler. But I thought the games were beautiful. I mean, the second one was beautiful. It's just a shame
Yeah.
that LucasArts, the studio, had its troubles because I would.
They didn't even have troubles. It just they were like, we don't want to do this anymore.
Yeah,
We'll license it, but we don't want to do it.
Yeah,
we're not making anything.
Stop caring, which is a shame because I would have liked to have seen one more game set between, where was Starkiller during episode, the original trilogy, because this is set between the third and episode 3, episode 4. Where was he
Right.
during Empire? Where was he during Jedi? That would have been cool to see.
Well, yeah,
Yeah.
that's why I didn't like the way Part 2 ended.
Yes.
And just no say so.
Both the endings of Part 2 were
Yeah.
lackluster.
But all right, well, that's the comics. Now we're just gonna jump.
We didn't even rate that. We didn't give that a rating.
Oh no!
What do
we
you guys
didn't.
think? I'm
Awesome.
gonna give it a solid 8.5 out of 10.
I-
I'm going low,
I
but
was-
8.5 out of 10.
I was gonna say about an 8 to 9, anywhere between there.
I'm gonna go 9. I'm gonna go 9.
Because
Yeah.
it was very exciting. I'm a big Star Wars fan. It's the same story we've grown up with, but it's fresh. It's like it's the same story, but it's not the same story, and it's
No.
not just some random Star Wars.
Right.
This
Yeah.
is the Star Wars story. So, and it's
The
like you're
rough drafts. are
yeah, you're
based on-
rereading it, and you're like, it's gonna totally revamp Star Wars for you. So
Yeah.
everyone's still with the whole we're all gonna be here like,
Yeah.
dude, Star Killer.
Yeah.
Yep.
Which is the
Yep.
name of
The character
in
and
The Force
the
Unleashed,
Star Killer we
so.
were referring to was
Yeah.
they made a
Ooh,
they made
that's
a
pretty
nod.
ironic.
Yeah,
That's
they,
Oh
ironic.
yeah, his name is Star Killer.
Yeah.
In the Force Unleashed games.
Yes,
Clone
they
Dude.
That's alright.
they said, hey, we had this name sitting around, and Lucas actually said for the game,
Right.
he goes, hey, that's what I was gonna call Luke originally. So go ahead, use it.
Right.
It'll see the light of day.
All right, so I think we're on to our next topic. I mean, we could go all day about
Yes.
Star Wars,
Yeah, we
but I think
can.
that's
All
dangerous.
day.
I think
No.
all right.
So TV.
There was a show this week.
TV.
Did you hear about it? It was called Agents of Shield.
Some
small
kind
show,
of-
small show. I don't know if you
did.
guys.
Some
yeah.
kind of
Some
show.
guy. I think it was made by a guy. What's
Some-
his name?
Josh something
Josh
Whedon? Something Whedon?
What,
I don't-
Whedon?
I don't remember.
Whedon.
Yeah.
Josh
I've
Whedon.
never-
Oh, that
Josh
guy.
Whedon. Guy.
Firefly
Yeah.
and Buffy and Angel, all those great shows you love.
I will say one thing about this and any Josh Whedon
Oh,
show.
man.
I mean, with Agents of Shield, you could play a drinking game where every time you see a character from another one of his shows, I mean, the actor who played them, you drink, but you couldn't use liquor. You'd have to use water or soda because you'd be dead by the end of the credits.
It's true.
That's
It's just how he is.
he's like Frank
Gosh.
DeBonnet with loyalty.
I think I have found, and I'm very happy because I remember seeing the trailer and I wasn't sure.
Oh wait, hold on. Just time out before we jump into this. Did you guys hear about the Star Wars Rebels show? They're making a TV show?
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm excited about that.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I didn't interrupt.
No. Yeah.
I was TJ reminded me.
Yeah,
TJ reminded me.
I know that. I want them to do it. Just do it. I mean, they said they're gonna do it. They're all good for it. But where's the foot? You know.
Yeah.
Let's
we
talk.
want a trailer.
I know. Come on, tease us.
Yeah.
Tease me. Like just like you did about Battlefront 3.
Anyway, let's jump right
No
into
more
it.
Star Wars.
Agents of Shield.
Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Yes.
That show is a minefield of Easter eggs.
Listen.
Yes.
You are laying on a hotbed of everything tied into the Marvel movies. It's insane.
It doesn't bash you over the head. It's subtle.
It's not like, hey, Easter egg, hint, hint. You know what I'm saying?
Like, Easter egg, mother.
It just happened. It's just like, hey, by the way, Stark and this and that and monsters and Thors and gods. It's like, what? I thought it was. When I first saw the trailer for it, I didn't know. I was like, really? You're gonna try and bust out as much money as you can? And then I heard Joss Whedon was making it. I was like, wait a minute, Joss Whedon cares about his stuff.
He's a comic book guy.
And
that's what he is.
Seeing the trailer, I still wasn't sold on it. I was like, let's watch it. When I watched it, it was awesome. It was awesome. I love all the references. I love the problem of the episode. You know, the main, whatever you call it, and what were we saying? Protagonist. The antagonist of the show. I thought it was Luke Cage. Spoiler: it's not Luke Cage, but it doesn't really matter. It's not going to hurt you.
We wish it was Luke Cage.
I wish it was Luke Cage. I was hoping this whole time that they were going to recruit him, and he was going to fight all the meta-humans throughout the whole series, and then eventually find his way into Avengers 2, which would,
or even Heroes for Hire.
Maybe it makes sense why he wouldn't, because there's no need to add any more people. I mean, there is, but he already has 2 more people coming in. But it was an awesome show, and what I loved about it is the beginning, the voice of the girl narrating about Avengers, it was Maria Hill, and I was like, wow, but is that her? And bam, I don't remember the actress's name.
Colby Smothers. She's also on How I Met Your Mother.
Yeah, she was Maria Hill from the show, from the movie, in the show, talking like Agent Coulson, like normal everyday. Hey, remember Avengers? Yeah, man, that sucked. All right, like
New York. Oh my God.
They didn't ignore it. They were like talking. It was
there was a portal.
Yeah.
People came through.
Portal.
I know, and it was just really great.
Do you remember? I remember.
Coulson was awesome.
Coulson.
I love.
God, I'm so glad they kept the same.
I know. They were like, did he get KIA and whatever? And they're like,
we knew.
No.
I knew. At least I knew. I was like, there's no way he died.
There's no way.
Because they use that as a motivation.
Well, he comes out of the shadows and he's like, "Welcome to level 7," and they're like, "What?" And he's like, "Sorry, I couldn't help myself. I was in the shadows. I had to fuck up."
Yeah.
By the way, there's a light bulb out. Like he says that, and they're like, "Coulson's back. He's funny as hell."
His fro wasn't big enough.
Awesome. Yeah. Power Man. I know when I first saw Power Man, I was like, Power Man.
The worst disco hero.
Yeah,
ever.
I know. Teaming up with Iron Fist.
No, but it was clear to me that Nick Fury used Coulson as a motivation boost for the Avengers.
Yeah.
Because there's no way. Okay, he deliberately puts the cards in the hand of Captain America. That gets him fired up, man. Captain America's like, I'm gonna kill this mother. Or, that's what he's gonna do.
Speaking of Avengers, did you guys see the Age of Ultron teaser from Comic-Con?
Oh, it's killing me. It's killing me, man.
For those of you who haven't seen it,
I remember hearing about it and just being like, oh man, but when I actually saw it,
and it's clips.
You saw it, right?
Clips.
Yes, I did.
It's audio clips from the first movie.
You see Iron Man's.
You see
mask.
Iron Man's helmet, but you hear crunching, you hear some welding, and you start seeing some familiar things. At first, I was like, "Oh, it's Ant-Man."
Yeah.
And then when it turned around and it showed Ultron's face, I mean, Ultron is one of the biggest baddies for the Avengers. I mean, I'm excited. I'm stoked.
yeah, man. I think it was very interesting. I mean, with the whole Iron Man helmet changing into Ultron, I think it's very interesting. I guess we're going to be seeing, because we know it's not the Ant-Man didn't create him.
It's not.
Obviously.
Yeah, it's not Hank Pym creating.
I guess it's going to be like
a rogue AI almost.
Probably. I mean, because at the end of Iron Man 3 with the whole,
Yeah, he destroyed his suits.
Yeah. I'm thinking that
Spoiler.
he's probably just gonna be. We're trying not to spoil, but
Yeah.
I mean these are just assumptions. But I'm pretty sure that he's gonna be just like some AI, because obviously he's turning into Iron Man doing that whole thing.
Yeah.
I just can't wait. I want to see Ultron kick ass,
Yeah.
and he's going to. But you know what? You know what it is though. Even though I want to see Ultron kick ass, I can't wait to see Thanos.
Oh God.
Go down to Earth and like literally rip to shreds everything.
But Thanos is going to be in 2. He's going to cameo.
No, I know.
He's coming
not
in 3.
in 2.
It's
Age of
all
Ultron
build
is
up.
2.
Well,
It's all build because they're
it's
going to
all
do
a build-up.
Guardians. They're going to do Guardians.
He's going to be in Guardians,
Yeah.
so he's going to be mentioned.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
going to be
The
mentioned.
controller, the controller's the bad guy, which is
Benicio del Toro.
Yeah, Thanos'
which-
right hand man.
Which, am
No,
I the only
no,
one?
no,
Am
no,
I the only
Benicio
one who's
del-
really
Benicio
excited
del
for
Toro.
Bradley Cooper to do Rocket Raccoon?
I would have thought they.
No, that's
No.
awesome.
Really?
That's awesome as hell.
Yeah, I'm excited for it. Yeah,
I think he can do it over the top. Personally, my choice would have been
Simon
Pegg.
Yep.
Because I
Yeah.
think he could have been.
he's goofy
this-
enough for it.
Yeah, and he could be that hardcore intense.
Yeah.
With an English accent too, and so because that's how I see because Rocket Raccoon in the last.
He doesn't
couple
look like an
shows-
American. He
Yeah.
looks like an Englishman. That's what he looks like.
a surly Englishman. Who's gonna
Well,
go down
I mean,
to
in Marvel
the-
vs. Capcom, you see the way he talks.
Yeah.
Dude.
What?
Good call, DJ. He's like, what if all the armors didn't blow
Well,
up at the end of 3?
there's.
Well,
Yeah, I was about to say
good
we were.
call.
I was trying
There's-
not to get into that because we talked about that the other
Now,
night, but
spoiler-ish alert. Originally, at the end of Iron Man 3, they wanted to have a scene tying into
Guardians,
the
right?
Guardians. Instead, they went
With the spacesuit.
Yeah.
we're talking
Now,
about
what
it.
happens was Stark sitting in his lab, what's left of it, and Jarvis says, "Sir, I've got a call coming in," and Stark says, "Well, patch it through." And it was supposed to introduce Chris Pratt as Star-Lord, and he was going to say, "If anybody can hear," and it was going to be a scene in the movie. "If anybody hears this, get out. We need help. We need help." And Stark goes, "Well, where's the signal coming from?" And Jarvis goes, "Deep, deep space, sir." And Stark looks and goes, "Well, what am I going to do?"
because he's worried about it.
And Jarvis goes, "Sir, there is one suit you didn't include in the protocol." And he goes, "What?" And it shows the space suit come out of the ground. And Stark goes, "Well, no time like the present." And he jumps in the suit and takes off, which I thought would have been cool. Than him sitting with Banner. I get that they had to put Mark Ruffalo in the movie, for people to remember that he's Bruce Banner. But I
I
just
don't
think,
understand why, because he did such a fantastic job. We don't need to be reminded.
Yes.
So. But no,
Awesome.
yeah, it's gonna be. I can't wait for Guardians of the Galaxy. It's gonna be awesome.
On the flip side of things, did you guys hear what DC Warner Brothers Entertainment announced? After a bidding war between networks, Fox got the pilot for a new show based on a young detective Jim Gordon.
No.
I don't.
They already screwed up Green Arrow. No.
Oh God!
Please no. Oh man.
Speaking of Green Arrow too,
What was his name? Don Gaggendahl?
Guggenheim. Which you know.
Dude, he needs to take a long walk off a short pier. That's what he needs to do.
I didn't say this earlier when we were talking about it, but he did bring us one recent monstrosity. He did partially write the Green Lantern movie, or as we call it, Ryan Reynolds in a green
CGI outfit?
No, I thought that was bad too.
Yeah, that movie was. Don't even get me started. But Taylor, mentioning Arrow, season 2, they're gonna tie in the Flash of all heroes, and they're gonna 2 episodes will feature young Wally West, and a 3rd episode later in the season will be a backdoor pilot for to gain interest if they want to do a Flash series. And judging by Taylor said it, the Arrow series just it's a mess.
It's
My
big
poor
sigh.
Oliver Queen.
Yes.
Dude, Speedy is his sister.
I know.
It's his sister.
Listen,
I'd rather have him doing heroin.
Yeah.
That's what I'm doing.
Remember that?
The
Yeah.
drug issue. No. Speedy.
I don't watch the show. My girlfriend and her mother watch the show, and they just been like every time I ask them questions like, well, what's this? Well,
I refuse
who's
to
on the
watch
show?
it.
I don't want to watch it. It's stupid. I
Makes
thought it
me
was
sick.
retarded.
Makes
Why?
me sick.
So I asked her. I literally asked her. I was like, "Does he have a boxing glove at the end of one of his arrows?
Yeah.
Did that ever happen?" And she was like, "No." I was like, "Damn." And then I was like, "Is there anyone named Speedy in there?" She's like, "Oh yeah, his sister." And I was like, we were in the middle of Walmart at 12 o'clock at night, and I'm like, "What?" And everyone's just like, "What the?" And I'm like, "Speedy's his sister? What's going on?" And she's like, "Yeah, she's a junkie, blah 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 blah." And I'm like, I get it, but no, I just don't understand what DC is trying to do.
One thing that gives me
DC's doing amazing in comics.
Not on
Movie-wise,
TV.
TV-wise,
No.
But one thing that gives me hope about Arrow, Jeff Johns is going to be writing a couple episodes. Looking at the synopsis. For
If
season
Kevin
2.
Smith did it in black and white with barely any words, I'd really enjoy it.
That made me tingle when
Yeah, it did. Ooh.
That's awesome.
Ooh.
That'd be really cool.
Yeah.
Ray is literally he's tingling.
Yeah,
He's
man.
with excitement on the thought of
Oh,
it.
If he
man.
did it, but it's not gonna happen.
No,
so
no,
no.
because
just
Kevin
whatever.
Smith is
I miss Kevin.
And that's
The good Kevin.
The good Kevin.
The good Kevin.
Yeah.
the good Kevin.
Dogma, please.
Oh, yeah.
Mallrats.
Mallrats.
Chasing Amy.
Chase-
Finger
I love
cuffs.
Chasing Amy.
Finger cuffs. Oh no.
Oh man.
Ben Affleck. Oh.
So that's pretty much it in the media world of
Yeah.
for comics, I guess.
That's all we want to talk about. The rest of it's bullshit.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's
Now we
nothing-
don't even care what's
Yeah.
going on. Now we're going into video games.
Oh,
So-
great.
Now,
all right, guys.
GTA 5, Call of Duty.
Okay,
wait.
I'm just kidding.
yeah. GTA 5. That's it. Done. But, we talked about it last
Now
week.
we're gonna talk about Mighty Number 9.
Oh,
this time.
yes.
They're
Mighty
going
Number
for a
9.
console. They're going for a console.
He made the amount on his kick.
Yeah.
I mean, he's killed it.
He's
with
above
his
and
kick.
beyond the amount.
He's killed it.
He's
I
got
remember I
money
saw
to
the
blow.
project, and I actually put money into the project. Actually,
Really?
I gave him. I think I put like $3.
Oh, really?
Just
Yeah.
Kickstarter. I didn't put that much.
Well, you were part of it.
but I was
Yeah.
part of it.
I donated to the Ouya, but not enough to get an Ouya. And I was like, no! I really didn't want it in the first place. I was just being nice.
I was very excited for it. I mean, I thought it was just called Mighty Number 9. I thought it was gonna be a new Mega Man. So I was
Well,
Well, he doesn't.
I
really-
mean,
here's the thing.
it's and then all
And
of a
we're
sudden
talking about that. He's about to get.
He thinks
thinks.
he's gonna get sued and have to or fight Capcom some way. He was interviewed at the Tokyo Game Show, and they said, obviously don't call pot calling the kettle black. It's a Mega Man game. And
Well, here's the thing. He has two things protecting him. Well, three things really. First off, he didn't use the name Mega Man.
yes,
No.
Second off, he owns all rights to how he's designed, the game code,
it's his intellectual
and
property.
yeah, that too. And he owns all right to every Mega Man character. And he has intellectual property rights.
Yep.
They can't touch him. If they'd be wasting time and money suing this guy. Capcom is already
I
in
was
the
gonna say,
shitter.
Capcom can waste more.
They're
time
on the
and money
verge of
putting
going
out-
bankrupt.
Putting out
I forget
another
what
Resident Evil.
they're
game.
down. I know it's going to sound big, but in reality, to them, it's small. They have like $100 million in the bank.
Yeah.
That's not a lot for a
Yeah.
major video game company. There's in no time soon are they going to be making a big game.
Yeah.
Forget about a new Resident Evil. Forget about a new
Might as
Capcom
well sue
game.
everyone. It's like
Yeah.
it's like suing someone over
you know
like
what, you
the
might
word
as well
nerd.
you might as well
Yeah.
purposely make someone like fall somewhere else.
Yeah.
And then be like, sue them for all their money. Because there is not a chance in hell you're making any money. If you sue this jackass who just made $3 million, he's going to come at you with a lot of lawyers. He has
Yes.
$3 million.
Yep.
He's got a lot more money than you do to spend right now.
Speaking of Japanese gaming, the Tokyo Game Show. Did you guys see the Metal Gear Solid 5 footage?
I did.
Yes.
I mean,
I was gonna get it.
I had to
even
mute it, though.
when it was announced.
Yeah.
You haven't beat it.
No, I had to mute it, though.
Oh.
yes.
Because I just...
I was like,
Solid
oh.
Snake.
You know, only could have Solid
There's one
Snake.
thing I learned with this one.
It was getting annoying.
David Hayter isn't doing the voice of Solid Snake.
No.
Well, it's Big Boss set after
I'm happy he
Peace
isn't,
Walker.
though. I'm happy he
exactly,
isn't.
because
Well,
it's
it's-
Big Boss. It's not Solid Snake.
Yeah.
I like how they got Kiefer Sutherland because he has that. From 24, he has that grit in his voice that. If there was ever a live action Metal Gear where if they did Snake Eater as a movie, I could see him suiting up and playing Big Boss.
The
Yeah.
thing is, and me being Ray, the Metal Gear guy. At first, I was kind of like, but then you gotta think of it this way: Snake is a clone of Big Boss.
Yes.
Snake is not Big Boss. Big Boss is his own person. In Metal Gear Solid 5, at the end, Big Boss comes in. If they were the same voice actor, he would have had the same voice as Snake at the end of the game when they met.
Number four.
Number four, yes.
4, yeah.
And the thing, and a lot of people go, well, if he's a clone, wouldn't he age with the same voice? No, because he's a different clone. He ages faster. He's still in his late 30s, but he's 60 something. You know, he's dying. So you're still gonna have, just like Big Boss, when he was in his late 30s, he had the David Hayter voice. In this game, he's in his late 50s, getting to that age where he's about to quit. This is before he retires.
Well, no, before he found.
Before he found Outer Heaven and does all that. So he's gonna have a different voice because he's already old enough, older than Snake. It makes sense, but it doesn't make sense. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get what you.
Cool.
And Taylor and I discussed this. The sniper character.
Yep.
There was a bit of a controversy because
Quiet is the
Quiet.
Yeah,
Yes.
Quiet was her name. They have her out in the Afghan valley sniping, providing cover. It looks
in a
like
sexy ass bikini.
in a
and
bikini.
fishnets.
But apparently,
Fishnets.
Hideo Kojima put a statement up about it, right? Because there is meaning behind this outfit.
Yeah.
Because it was whatever.
He actually claimed that it wasn't his idea.
Yeah.
He was like, no, I told him to be
I told him not
sexy.
to do it.
I'm like, no, you're a pervert.
But
man.
Hideo Kojima is a troll, though.
Yeah.
He trolls he's been doing it since Metal Gear 1.
Yeah.
He trolls the crap out of people.
Yeah.
And we still, even though he said Keith Sutherland is the voice actor, I'm having a hard time believing that. You know that?
You're half expecting.
Because I'm expected to allow when the game comes out, it's going to say David Hayter. Yeah. And it's happened before. It has happened before. Hideo Kojima trolls the shit out of everybody when it comes to one of his games.
And I agree with Taylor. He is a bit of a. I mean, there's perv.
Oh, dude, he is above and beyond.
Hideo, of course.
Jesus.
Yeah, he's all. Have you ever gone in the locker and beat off?
Yes.
You can.
Well, not in the game. Yes.
No, in the game. Yeah. Well. We were so close to being serious.
All right, guys, the podcast is over. It's time to go home.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Superboy
and Superman were voiced by the same guy in Young Justice.
That's true.
Yes.
That's true.
Yes.
Nolan North.
Yes.
Nolan North did Superman and Superboy.
Nolan North.
That man is the God voice actor.
God. Him and Mark Hamill.
Do you know he's Penguin in Arkham City?
Yes, he's
I am
Penguin.
aware of this, yes.
I love in Saints Row 4, when you're picking a voice, they have an option just called the Nolan North.
Yeah. Yes.
Oh, do they?
Yes.
Yeah, they do. It's fucking awesome. Yeah, it's great.
Awesome.
Yes.
Well, I mean, it makes sense.
Well, and now when we're talking about games, we started talking about GTA.
Oh, here we go.
Online microtransactions.
Okay, so we all are aware, everyone is aware, that GTA 5 Online is released on October 1st. We're all very excited. I know I'm excited.
Oh, God.
I'm about to play with everybody and their brother. Forget work. I'm closing the shop.
Yeah.
It's time to get online. Anyway, I'm boosting my internet speed. I'm just kidding.
Taylor and I will be playing, and I live right across the street.
Right. Here's what scares me. I'm terrified. This has ruined many games in history's past. Yeah. It has torn apart some of my favorite games.
Just multiplayer mode?
No.
Microtransactions. Yes.
No.
Just
Rockstar, please no.
The collective silence before Taylor just said that. I mean, we all just looked at each other.
We're on video.
No.
They can see us.
Oh, yeah. Oh, God. Yeah. Sorry, we're on video.
No, but that's like hell and back. You know what I mean? Okay, you've created this, multi-billion-dollar game. Don't get greedy.
Yeah.
Come on. Let us have our fun. Come, give it to us.
Yeah.
I don't want to have to spend money. Okay, here's one thing that really scares me. In this game, if you buy a car with your money in the game, it'll go to your garage. Okay, it's in your garage. It's saved in your garage. If you crash that car and you don't bring it back to your garage, it's gone.
Yep.
You can't find it again. You can't buy it. If you customize it, it's gone. You wasted all your money.
No way.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes way.
Yeah.
If you don't put it back in your garage, it's gone. If they have microtransactions and I buy something, if I destroy it or I lose it in the game, is it gone?
Yeah, that would piss me off.
Because they did that with a few items throughout that game. Would they do it to me if I spent money on it? I feel like they would.
Yeah.
It's Rockstar.
It is. It's Rockstar. They're in it for the money. They're not in it
Exactly.
for the passion. They're not in it for the fans. They're in it for
No.
the money.
Yep.
What would happen? I'm so scared for microtransactions. It really makes me nervous talking about it.
Yeah.
They've made this brilliant game, this all-out, spectacular. The structuring for this game is beautiful. The engine is killer. They've based it off of all these Rockstar games of history's past. And it's beautiful. And it's magnificent. And I get to run down the street and punch people in the back of the head and watch their glasses fly off and die, and all of a sudden I get $13.
Go under
right?
the bridge and beat up hobos.
Exactly. But if they put microtransactions online,
You're not gonna want to play that.
I'm never going to play it again.
Online.
Ever.
Yeah.
I will put that game in my trash bin and never look at it again. Because I despise microtransactions. That makes me sick. I put $60 into your game.
And you're gonna want
I bought your DLC.
Yep. DLC.
I'm paying the
yeah.
$50 for online.
Yeah.
Don't do that to me.
Yeah, don't-
Don't get greedy. You made almost $2 billion off this game, and you're going to make more.
Yeah. And it's
Don't
and
play
it's
that
only
card.
been out for a week.
Yeah, it's only been out
I
for
know
a week.
it hasn't even had.
I mean,
enough time to-
our first podcast we were talking about it and how in 2 days
Yeah.
it made $1 billion.
Yeah, it's killing.
It's got that James Cameron.
Forget
status.
Call of Duty.
Yeah.
Forget Call of Duty. This is what's big.
Yeah.
GTA.
Don't you screw it up, Rockstar.
Yes, please, please, please.
But do you think they can afford to screw it up?
They can.
Yeah.
They can,
But
right?
It would be stupid.
It would
Because
be.
the next time they put out a game, people like,
No one's-
whoa,
Uh-huh.
microtransactions. I don't want it.
Yeah.
I don't
But
want in.
do you really think it'll stop people?
No.
No.
Do I think it'll stop people? But for the gamers like me and you, for the gamers
For a
who
game, I
actually
mean for
get-
us.
for
what
people,
about-
for
what about
people
me?
who
What
do
about
it.
me?
I'm talking about
guys?
all the little 7-year-olds and all the
Yeah,
14-year-olds.
No, their moms will get. Yeah, you can have my credit card to buy like gimp suits. I don't care. For gamers who give a shit, for gamers who actually care, for the people who make a difference in the industry, it'd be stupid for Rockstar to do this. I hope it's just a rumor. I hope it never happens. God bless Rockstar.
God bless
No,
Rockstar.
but-
God bless GTA 5. But
Yeah.
fuck that, man.
Yeah. Collectively, that's pretty
Yeah.
much what we all agree on. Is fuck that.
Yeah. That-
Swear jar.
$2.
I don't
Yeah.
care, dude. I'll put
Yeah.
$100.
No, yeah, we're
I'll say
good.
it a
Yeah,
million
we're
times
down
to get that
payment
out.
right now.
That's awesome. Well, I mean, it's not awesome, but I mean, it could happen. It can't happen. I really hope it doesn't happen. I hope it really doesn't
Yeah.
happen because it'll really be messed up. Because everyone's been talking about the online for a while.
When that happens, I'll finish Kiss Me Satan.
Yeah.
I'll try to find all the variant
He's
codes.
like, you know what I'll do? I'll just run my comic book shop.
Yeah, that's what I'll do.
Yeah.
I'll play FIFA 14
Yeah, dude.
and Scribblenauts Unmasked. Killer games.
Sorry, GTA.
Yeah, they don't have microtransactions.
Yeah.
No, they don't.
Yeah. And Scribble
Well,
Notes on
hopefully-
Mast has
Actually, that's not true.
every-
FIFA 14 does have microtransactions.
Oh yeah, don't
But
they?
that's on Ultimate
The last
Team.
FIFA did.
That's on Ultimate Team though. It's on like one section of the game that no one ever plays, so it doesn't matter to me.
So it's not like
I never touch it. Like I'm not
Micro.
losing anything. I'm just gonna play career mode and lose.
Yeah.
When I play, yeah.
Although-
I'm okay with that.
although the
and then
AI
throw I'll break like 3
Yeah.
controllers. That's my microtransaction.
Yeah.
Screw you, Rockstar.
eat that.
Don't
Yeah.
don't
No, I
break my
don't-
heart.
Don't be that guy.
Don't break my heart.
Yeah.
My achy breaky heart.
Yeah. Please, you don't want to see Taylor cry. He's
I've
gonna
seen
cry.
it.
It's
I've
sad.
seen it.
It's sad.
We're gonna have to take him out.
I'm gonna get
hold his hand.
online. I'm gonna get online, and they're gonna be like, buy this car.
Yeah.
$30.
Yeah.
No.
Taylor's gonna.
No.
He's gonna say
No.
no.
I'm gonna take off my Turtle Beaches, place them on the ground,
He's gonna take
Remove
off
the
his
disc.
hair. It's been a
Taylor-
week this whole
Taylor's
time.
remove the
gonna
disc
go-
from the tray,
Yeah.
and throw it.
Taylor's gonna
across
go
US
Daniel
now.
Bryan and no.
Yeah.
I had to throw the Daniel Bryan reference in.
Oh
there.
no.
Booyah.
But yeah. So anyway,
Well,
that's my take.
that was our podcast.
I think that's it.
we did how
Yeah.
Yeah.
we did yeah.
Whole 2 views.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Thank you, DJ, for
Thank you,
being
DJ.
interactive. You've been the man.
I don't know why we're
You guys
doing
are
that.
awesome.
Thank you, DJ.
But thank you
We're
guys.
sure
Thank you
more
so
people are
much.
gonna watch
We'll be
this.
back for more. This isn't our last one. So if you enjoyed it, like, favorite, and subscribe.
And we're gonna do-
always come back to see Nerdtropolis TV. Keep in touch with our video game reviews, comic reviews, and weekly news. Thanks, guys.
now we
Good
just
night.
got like all these
Yeah.
sex offenses. Right
Yeah, I
against
know,
us.
because I just blew kisses
Peace!
to everybody.
Thanks a lot, John.
We look so gay at the end. High-fiving. Hey man, that was a good one.
Yeah, that was.
I wish we had that at 9 o'clock. No,
It's still going.
it's okay.
I have to wait until it officially ends to end it.
Dude, it was like a perfect hour, right?
I know. It was like,
Wow, that's a perfect hour, dude.
Yes.
That's good. Good shit. Like now we're like talking and people are like, what the fuck? Now we'd be like, I fucking hate everyone in that fucking podcast.